Hello friends, welcome. So happy to have you here again. I am about a week late with this video because so much has happened in the past couple of weeks. One of those things being that we all got the flu one by one. We've just been recovering and just dealing with all of that. And then the other thing is that I got asked to go on a talk show recently. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this. I got asked to fly out to New York, which is crazy, to appear in the Tamron Hall show, which comes out on ABC. And the topic was going to be about trad wives and the whole trad wife movement. And it all happened so fast. Like, I received the email like the weekend before, and then they told me that it's gonna happen next week if I decide to do it. Everything was just happening so fast. And the end of it all, I was supposed to take off the day before the show. That was when the weather was crazy, so my flight got delayed by a couple hours. So then I just had to wait at home because I was already ready to go to the airport. And then my flight gets canceled and they rescheduled me for the next morning at 6 a.m. So that would mean that I would have to fly there, get driven straight to the studio, and then record the show and then fly straight back, which was going to be crazy. I was originally supposed to stay in the hotel that they provide for me the overnight, but since I was already prepared and ready and they had already got the show ready to have me come out in it as well, like my story, I decided to go ahead and do it. But when I woke up at 2 a.m. to, head to the airport, first of all, I was already feeling the flu symptoms. I was not feeling good. Juliet already had the flu, so I figured, I guess I'm catching it, and I was just feeling nausea and not good at all. I can just tell when my body is getting sick. So I was very stressed out about that because I wasn't feeling good at all. And then I also had that anxiety from leaving my kids behind. My mother-in-law was so nice enough to come over here to watch the girls for me, so she ended up staying a couple weeks with us so that I can go to the show. Her and my father-in-law were like super supportive, which is awesome. What ended up happening was that Juliet had a fever for like 2 to 3 days, and then it had gone away. And then that night when I was getting up to go to the airport, my mother-in-law tells me that she had been having a fever again, and this is after it had gone away because the girls like to sleep with her when she visits. So I freaked out because I was like, this isn't normal. Like, she was already getting better. Now she has a fever again. So this is like a sign of something else going on. And I usually don't treat fevers with like Tylenol or anything. We kind of just let them run its course because we understand that fevers are trying to get rid of whatever is, making her sick. But the fact that it comes back is kind of, I just felt like something was off. So I felt like the right thing to do was just to head over to the emergency. And so that's what we did. And they ended up finding out that she had an ear infection, which she had no like pain, which was kind of strange. But they looked inside and they said that, yeah, it looks like an ear infection, and that they recommended antibiotics. So of course we started antibiotics. And the point is that I ended up not flying to New York because my family is priority. And that's the whole thing with being a traditional wife, is that we do not put our careers first. We do not put like our things like this first. Our family always comes first. And this is just a perfect example of me being a traditional wife, because I just couldn't. I wasn't gonna feel okay going just for a few hours. First of all, feeling sick, being pregnant, and then having my daughter with a high fever. And then the toddler Aurora, I was also very worried about her because she's not used to me being away like overnight or anything. So it was just so much going on. And so I ended up still doing the show through Skype. So I still made my appearance. I'll link it below if you want to watch it. I've also kind of put a few clips on my Instagram if you want to go watch it there. It was a nice experience. I was a little bummed out that I couldn't actually go out there, but life happens, and I'm just the way things ended up turning out just shows me that that's the way it was supposed to turn out. So now that we got that clear, I just wanted to kind of give a little update on that, because these were like pretty big events that happened like within the last week. So now that we're back to our normal activities, I am finally going to share with you my spring decor decorating video. Well, first of all, I want to talk about these chairs. So I was on Facebook Marketplace and I saw that there's 2 wooden chairs that someone was giving away for free, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take these because I have the schoolroom upstairs and we do need more chairs. Like, we're always fighting for a chair because now Aurora is bigger and she wants to join us too. So I thought I'll pick up these chairs and I'll add them to my schoolroom area, which is a room that I want to kind of like decorate and kind of, you know, organize a little bit better because it's kind of crazy right now. So I'll probably share more of that in the future. But here are the chairs. Well, there's one chair, the other one's still in the garage. But I put it here and I kind of like the way it looks here. It gives us a nice extra place to sit. I don't know, there's a chance that I might just leave this chair here and take the other one up since we only need one more chair. So we'll see, but I don't know, I'm really liking this chair. And the lady told me that it was her grandma's, from her grandma's house. And so she grew up like with these chairs, and I think the lady that gave them to me, she's like probably in her 40s or to 50s. So that means that when she was little, you know, her grandma had these, which it's been a while. So my mother-in-law always jokes that the older the better for me, because she knows that I'm always looking for like, you know, old-fashioned things, because I don't live in California anymore, which is where my grandparents and all my family lives. And so these are the times when I just really wish, now that we have our own home, that I could you know, I could be there, because I know that there's a lot my grandmas get rid of, and I would just love to like carry that on and add it to my home. So for now, we're just gonna keep doing Facebook Marketplace and thrift shopping, but let's continue. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a haul of a couple things that I got at Hobby Lobby. First of all, this was my first time ever shopping at Hobby Lobby, and probably the first time I've ever even entered a Hobby Lobby. So I just decided to check it out one day after our homeschool co-op meeting, and I was pretty impressed. They have really cute things. The main reason why I went is because I'm gonna do a little DIY. Let me show you. Okay, so I went looking for a wreath because I want to make my own spring little wreath for my front door. And I saw Amazon, the prices were kind of crazy. So I went there and it was only $5.99 for this one. And this is like a good size. The Amazon for this price, for this size, was probably like 20 bucks. And so I got this wreath. I'm so happy about that. I'm not really super sure what to do as far as decorating. So I just grabbed a few like artificial plants, which I don't really like purchasing these, but I just knew that if I put fresh flowers out there, it wasn't gonna last the whole season. I also purchased this moss that I'm gonna kind of add in there. I hope this is enough. The girls helped me pick some flowers, so I got this one. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut this up a little bit. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm doing. I've never done this before, like my own wreath. And then I got this one. It's like a purple, I'm not sure what kind of what this is. Okay, I had to take a little break for lunch, and because Aurora woke up from her nap, and she's been a little sad lately because she's still recovering and she's not completely herself. What I was showing you is that these are the 3 different kinds of little like flowers I got. I do have some like mini little mushrooms that they might be a little too small for this, but I'm still gonna try it out and add some little mushrooms just to make it a little bit more like cottage decor, you know what I mean? I also purchased one of these terracotta planters, and I think it would look so cute to put like a nice little, like, I picture like a white type of flower, some type of daisy or something, and then like putting it somewhere in I'm thinking in my dining room or maybe in my kitchen. I'm gonna show you a new furniture piece that I just purchased recently. I got this. It's like a coat hanger type of thing. I'm thinking of putting this by my entryway and maybe adding like a photo or like an art print above it, because I don't really have anything going on in my walls in my house for the most part. So I've been slowly trying to figure out like what to do. So that's gonna probably be for my living room area. And then, what are you showing? She was crying because she's been sensitive, and then, oh, how were you crying? Why were you crying? And then I got a few few art prints from Hobby Lobby, and let me tell you, I am impressed with their art prints. First of all, they were 50% off. I do not know what their normal prices are like, or if 50% off is like a normal thing, or if I just came in during like a nice deal. 3? You're 1.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Jane, yeah, Jane taught you that. But I was really happy, and I came home with a few pieces. Like I said, part of my spring. Happy? Yes. How are you? Can you show me your happy face? Oh, that's your sad face. What about happy? So part of this video, what I want to show you is me adding more like wall art and art pieces to different little places in my home. I'm kind of going to just add little splashes of some spring decor here and there. This one's like actually the first one that caught my eye, and I held on to it because I was like, let me just keep looking, but I ended up coming home with it because I loved it. This was probably like $10. It was 50% off. So I don't know, like I said, is it normally this price or did I come in at a good time? But I love it. It's beautiful roses. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna put it. And this one I think I want in my dining room area. It's another art print of pears, and I love it, so pretty. This one's another really pretty one. So pretty. It's so nice. I love it. Do you like it? This one, it's kind of like a scene, like a nature scene. That's my little Hobby Lobby haul. So I just want to take this time now to show you my new furniture piece that I was talking about. Excuse this towel. My refrigerator was randomly leaking. I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and it is from the early 1900s. It belonged to this lady's great grandmother, and so I got a good deal on it, and I'm really happy about it. They did strip off the shellac, if that's how you pronounce it, so it does get very easily like marked up. So I bought the stuff that we need. I need to give it a quick little sand and then coat it up again. I think I purchased shellac again so that I can, because I heard it's a more natural form of like compared to like poly. So we definitely need to finish doing this because I don't want to ruin the table, and you can already see there's a lot of like little marks there. What I like about this table is that it has these like leaf let drop things, and so right now I have one down and one up because the tablecloth that I normally have on here didn't fit when it was like completely open. But that's what I like, that I can kind of, you know, change the size up. I can put them both up or both down or just one like this. And I really have wanted a table in here for so long because I want to be able to, you know, like the girls can sit here and have breakfast or have a snack, or I can sit down if I'm like folding laundry, since my laundry room is right here, or if I'm just like chopping things or I get tired, this is like a nice spot to have. And I do need to put some wood glue here. So my husband says he has some, so I'm gonna make sure to do that when we do the little renovation here. And what I used to have here, if you don't remember, it was like a little island. So I moved that island, food from breakfast, here. And I like it so much better here. It does need a wipe down. It's been a crazy week with everyone being sick, but here it is. And then I have the coffee maker, a few things here. These are like vintage spoons that I purchased in Italy. They're actually antiques from out there, and I don't think these are, but these were handmade by a man who had like wood products that he would sell. And then this spoon he also made, and Aurora used it throughout the first, you know, when she started eating food. But I think I started noticing it started getting moldy, so I just threw it in here. And then up here I have these thrifted mugs, and I bought these hooks so we can hang them up there. And then I just have like a little chicken there, some dried flowers. This is another piece from when we lived in Italy. And then some wine glasses. And then this shelf right here, I got it at the thrift store for $4. So I was like, okay, I'm taking that. I've had it here for quite some time now, but it just goes so much better now that I have this island on this side. And then this was also thrifted. And then I got this picture printed out. So that's what we got going on here. And then I just have like this spritzer for plants. What I used to have here was a bar cart, And so I moved the bar cart. I was gonna get rid of it, but then I decided that I could use it for my plants, for starting my plants, because I needed something to, you know, they can stand on by this window, because this is a sunny window where I'm starting my baby plants. I do need to water them, but it ended up working out perfectly, because this is just becoming my little station for my indoor plant. Hope you can see me well here, because the camera's facing the other way. But I wanted to show you this new cloth that I bought. It's a tablecloth, and I was looking for something like blue and white to add some more color, and because, you know, it's springtime, to lighten things up a bit. So this is the cloth that I've been using here. I had to give it a wash because it was already getting dirty. I'm gonna put it back on. I just want to show you that this is one of the pieces that I got to kind of spring up my kitchen, my home, my decor a little bit. I love that it has these little fringe knots here, and I usually have this basket in the center, and then I have a bouquet of flowers, but I had to toss them a couple days ago because they were just looking really bad. So I need to replace some flowers also. And yeah, pretty simple. I need to add like a salt and pepper shaker, so I probably want to go to the thrift store and find one because we really need those. Another thing that I recently bought, and this item right here is from Temu. I talked about Temu in my last video. Another thing I recently got from Temu is this oil dispenser, and I've been wanting one of these for so long, so I'm really happy. I put my avocado oil in here. We use avocado oil all the time. So what? You want water? Okay. My neighbors actually just gave me this one. It's made in Italy. It gives that whole Italian vibe from, I remember living there. And I was so happy about it because they know that I'm into, like, you know, decorating, and they know this is my style. So that was so sweet of them. And so I added that next to it, and they gave me this at the same time that around the same time that I got that new dispenser. So I'm like, oh, it's cute. Like, I don't have to deal with having like those bottles from the store saying like olive oil and the brand name and everything. I've been wanting to switch it, so I finally did. So this kind of just adds a little bit more of, you know, a nice touch to make everything look a little more cohesive. And here I keep my olive oil. Another thing I got from my recent Temu order is this watering can. I've been wanting a small watering can for inside my house because I have a big one for the outside, but anytime I need to water my plants, like back there, I have to like fill up a cup and refill it, and then I kind of spill it sometimes when I'm pouring it into the plant. So with this, it's gonna help a lot to make sure that it keeps things neater, and it also looks so pretty. Here's just yet another piece of decor that's kind of making everything look a little more springy in here. You know, a planter definitely looks more springy. And so for now, I've just been putting it here next to these plants until I figure out if there's a better place for it. And I'm not sure if I've ever showed you guys these cute little curtain holders. They're just like a cotton material, and they have like a pretty flower. I have one on each curtain, and I just think it kind of brings everything together, adds a little cute cottage feel in here. Okay guys, so we are back. It's the next day. We're going to continue with the spring decorating video. So I'm gonna start off with the wreath. So like I said, this is my first time ever doing something like that. I'm kind of just figuring it out as I go and hope that I do well. Loving the way the wreath turned out. However, I ran out of my hot glue gun sticks, so I wasn't able to glue down the moss and things. I also forgot to buy the twine to tie down the flowers and the leaves. So I still put it together just to see how I like it and just to get it done. But I still need to go back and touch it up with some like some twine or something and some hot glue. But I really like it. I wasn't sure about adding the little mushrooms because they were red and they, you know, they're different than the pink and greens and the whites we got going on. But it also just makes it look so much more, that much more natural because mushrooms are actually red. Well, these kinds of mushrooms. And what I love is that it's super whimsical cottage core vibes, which I didn't think it would turn out this nice, but I really do like the way that all the colors will go so beautifully together. I am a little bit nervous about putting it on my front door, especially I'm not gonna do it before I like tie and glue everything down. But I'm just nervous because the kids are constantly coming in and out of the house. So if I decide not to hang it in my front door, I'll put it like in my entryway somewhere so that we can still enjoy it. But I really love it. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think about it below. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break from decorating so that I can prep dinner because I don't have all day for my decorating. And I still have to make sure to cook dinner and all of that. So what we have on the menu for dinner today is salmon crunchy bowls. And I usually make my weekly meal plans ahead of time. And I usually like to look at the weather to see because I don't want to make soup like on a 90-degree day. And with spring coming around, it's actually very hot this week. It's like, today the high is like 86. So I planned it out perfectly because I feel like salmon crunchy bowls are great for like springtime or summertime. It's a good recipe for that. That's what we're making. First thing I'm gonna make right now is the cucumber salad. It's gonna be kind of like a topping. It's gonna be in the bowl. So we're gonna make the sauce first and then we're gonna chop up the cucumber and put it in there. Made this bang bang sauce. I use some chili garlic, I use some mayo, sriracha, and I put a little bit of sugar in it and it tastes really yummy. This is going to be for also topping the bowls. I'll link the recipe below for this. Sugar was not part of the recipe, but I just added it and I think it gave it a nice sweetness. Continuing our video. It's obviously the next day because there's no way I can film these videos in one day. I was at the thrift store, I think like a couple days ago, and I normally never go and check for like blankets or pillows because it just makes me uncomfortable to buy that kind of stuff at a thrift store. Those are things that I haven't really purchased at a thrift store. But then I came across these pillows the other day when I was at the thrift store, and I just decided to give them a chance. I of course gave them a nice wash, put them in the dryer, and then I also put them out in the sun so that like the sun can do its thing, because it was very hot this weekend. So I just put them in the sun. And so I just want to show you the pillows I got. Here is, I got 2 of these, and I think they're pretty cute. They're like very obviously floral and springy. So I'm gonna try to incorporate those into my living room, because I haven't got new pillows in my living room in years. And then I found this nice blue one. I thought this, if this one doesn't go downstairs, it can go maybe in my bedroom or something. And then I found this one too, and I really like this one. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna try and incorporate these right now into my living room couch area, and then we'll see what we think. Okay, so I decided just to simply add those 2 pillows to the ones that I already had. I was kind of playing around to see if I would like it better if I remove the ones in the middle, but it just looks kind of weird. I do really need to replace those pillows, or at least the covers, but for now, I'll leave it like that, it'll work. And then I just added this pretty pillow here. I feel like it looks empty there, but at the same time, I feel like it also looks weird if I put a pillow there. And then the blue pillow, I added it to this chair that I have right here by my fireplace area. So we're done with that. Okay, next up, we're going to do a little bit of potting on this plant. I have these flowers that I bought. I was looking for some white daisies, and it wasn't gonna take too long for me to grow them from seed. So I decided just to pick these little white ones up. It was pretty much all I found at the garden store. And they seem like a good option, because it says that you need 1 to 3 hours of sun daily. And I think that's exactly what they can get here on this table, because this is where I imagine putting it. Okay, this is how it turned out. I definitely need to give it a little bit of love. It wasn't in the best condition when I bought it, and that ended up being a little bit more messy than I thought. So I put my tablecloth to wash so that I can set it back up again, and then put this on that table. And then I also picked up a couple of these flowers. I wanted some like really cute springy girly colors, and I have some vessels here that I'm going to kind of like spread them out around. This one usually goes on my fireplace, but I'm gonna see how I like it if I put some fresh flowers in it. And if not, I'll just put these back on, because this is kind of like a staple in my fireplace. So now I'm going to put some of the artwork pieces into my living room, kind of fill it out and see what I think of it. And yeah, I'm really excited about this, because our house, it was all like a light blue color, the walls were, and when we first moved in, and then I wanted it all white. So my husband painted it all white for me, which I really love, but I haven't been really focused on putting things up on the walls, just because I wasn't really sure what to do. But I'm really wanting to add more nature and more like beautiful scenes to my house, especially my living room. Sorry about all that noise. All the kids are out playing, and I really love that my girls have all these neighborhood friends to play with, because it was like the way I grew up, where, you know, we have neighborhood friends and we're not all day inside on our phones or tablets, whatever it is. So I really love that they spend so many hours outside. But if you hear all the noise, it's the children playing. Okay, so I'm gonna start off on this side, and it might look a little dark in here. I had to twist the blinds closed a little bit because I don't want everyone to see me recording. Okay, so what do we think about that? This table, I eventually want to change it up for a nice like wooden one that I've been looking at them at, on Facebook Marketplace. And my dog's bed is currently right there, which I plan to move because I'm not really feeling it in our living room, but I also don't know where to put it because he likes to relax down here in our living room. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I used to have it right here, but I also didn't like that either because it was just kind of annoying, like going up the stairs and then carrying things up, or like having guests over and there's like a bed right there. So that's why I moved it here, but now I'm not sure what to do. The reason why I moved it there is because he was on our couch so much and I got tired of him being on our couch all the time. So I trained him back into not being on our couch and only being on his bed. So that's why I'm not sure what to do. And I don't really have anywhere else to put it. And I wouldn't really want to put it anywhere else in this living room. What do you guys think? I don't know. Something feels a little bit off there. But maybe when I add something here, it might come together nicer. I don't know. I'm still going to mess around with it. But let's check it out. Okay, so I recently purchased these coffee table books from a antique store, and they were so cheap. They were like $2 each, and there was a ton of them. So I picked up these two. One of them is a Whittier's Poems, and the other one is called Before the Sun Goes Down. So I haven't really looked inside of it, but I'm gonna add them to my mantle, my fireplace area, because if I put them on my coffee table, Aurora will just destroy them. Okay, I have one more frame. It's the pear one, and I just feel like it would go perfect in my dining room. So, kind of thinking one of these walls over here. I think I like the way it looks there. I probably will still add another frame or so when I come across one. It's kind of completing the side a little bit better. And then I still obviously need this whole side to add something to. I would love to have a hutch here, but we'll see. And then this frame that was on my fireplace before, I might put it above my bedroom, but I don't know, something seems off here. Maybe you need to spread this stuff out more. I'm not sure about this frame color. Okay, I also found this frame as I was looking through my other frames, and I decided to bring it down, see if I can find a place for it. It's just a scene of like a little town with a horse, and I love this whole pond right here and the flowers and trees. This reminds me a lot of Italy. There's a lot of like areas like this out there. So I just added it there for now, but of course I feel like I should still add maybe another one under it or above it. Like I said, I'm just trying to fill in my walls, and it's a work in progress. I'm gonna keep on trying to figure this out. Still not really feeling this frame. Okay, I decided to put back the original frame that I had there. I think that this frame was just too dark for it. Like the photo is dark and then the frame is dark, so I'm either gonna have to like paint this, make it a little bit more gold or something, and then maybe try it out again. But for now, I'm gonna just leave it like that. Also, if you haven't noticed, I use push pins on my wall because these frames are pretty light, so that's what I'm using. And I think it's mostly because I want to make sure that I like where it is before I start nailing holes in the wall. Obviously push pins make holes too, but they're way smaller, and you can barely see them once you if you remove them and take the whole thing off. I noticed that a lot of people, when I watch videos of other creators or other women online, decorating their home, they never use push pins, which is probably weird that I use them. But when I was a kid and me and my sister, when we had our own rooms, we would like decorate our own rooms and we would put push pins to, you know, because we didn't use tools. So that always worked for us. So I think that's where I got it from. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it took me so long to get through it, but I had fun adding these cute DIYs and more budget-friendly ideas for, you know, spring decor. I love doing this. It's so fun. It's a great hobby. So let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I hope that this maybe inspired someone to maybe just add a little bit of something to their home to make it feel more springy, to kind of help romanticize your life, or to get aligned with the seasons so that we can kind of be more balanced with nature and the world and all of that. So if you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know any comments or anything you have to say below. And please consider subscribing if you like my content, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.